I'm currently watching Only Murders in the Building Season 4, and here's my review. In an era where most shows are either getting cancelled before they can get going or just take ages to release their next season, Only Murders in the Building has consistently put out a high quality season every year since its first release in 2021, and Season 4 is like no other. We're currently around 8 episodes into Season 4, and there's 2 remaining, and so far, it's been a really good season. This is even more impressive when you consider the fact that the 3 leads are Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. Steve Martin and Martin Short are absolute legends of American comedy, having been around the block for years and years and years, doing movies and all sorts of TV sketches, stand up since the sort of 70s and 80s. And Selena Gomez is a massive star in her own right, coming from Disney, doing music and TV and film. And the 3 of them, to be able to commit to doing this show every year, is a huge testament to how much they believe and love doing the show. For those who don't know the show, it's currently available on Disney Plus in the UK and Disney Plus in America and Hulu. It follows the leading trio that I've just mentioned: Charles Hayden Savage, played by Steve Martin, Oliver Putnam, played by Martin Short, and Mabel Nora, played by Selena Gomez. And effectively, they are 3 people that live in the Oconia building in New York, and over the course of the seasons, a murder happens in each year, and they decide to investigate it through a true crime podcast. Each year within the universe, the true crime podcast becomes more popular, and by season 4, where we are now, a movie studio has decided to try and make a film about the 3 leading characters. What I like about this show is that all the characters have incredibly strong characterization. By season 4, you know their backstory, you know their mannerisms, you know their friendships, and you know their relationships. And this allows the show to stay incredibly grounded amongst what is effectively quite a chaotic and silly plot line that happens year on year, with a murder repeatedly happening in the same building. On a bit of a side note, I've also been reading up a lot about Steve Martin. I think the season 4 Only Murders sort of kickstarted this, and I've also just been reading a lot about Saturday Night Live, and he's hosted it quite a few times. But there's a documentary now out on Apple TV about Steve Martin. It's called Steve, a documentary in 2 pieces, and I can really recommend it for anyone that's interested in getting to know his career more. The first part looks at his rise to stand-up comedy. That was something that I didn't know necessarily as well. And the second part offers more, present and current day reflections on his career, as it follows him and Martin Short as they're putting together a stand-up comedy special, which you can also see on Netflix. But this documentary is 2 parts, really interesting, and as I said, available on Apple TV. Anyway, back to season 4. I think overall it's a really strong season. It's got its normal amount of high chaos and hilarity, but it also continues to walk down that really fine line of keeping the characters grounded. We continue to see them in raw moments. We get to continue to see them build relationships. We continue to learn more about the history of these leading 3 characters that we've been watching for 4 seasons, whilst we're also watching them try to investigate a murder. These aren't experienced detectives or anything like that. It's 3 people that in season 1 decide to try and investigate it. They make a podcast. They think they've got quite good at it by season 4, and as a result, are still continuing to try to solve murders. Going into the final 2 episodes, I'm not 100% sure where it's going to go. Only Murders has been pretty good with red herrings, false reveals, and all that type of thing. So it'd be interesting to see who's done the murder and how they set up for the already confirmed season 5. Overall, I could really recommend Only Murders in the Building. I think it is one of the funniest programs on TV. It's one of the best in terms of maintaining a high quality. Each season is still matching the same quality that season 1 did, and it's worth watching for the chemistry of the leading trio alone. Steve Martin and Martin Short have been friends for years and years and years, but you could tell they're having an absolute blast alongside Selena Gomez and the rest of the ensemble cast in making this TV show. Also, on a side note, Which of the Pickwick Triplets Did It from season 3 is comfortably one of my favourite songs from a TV show. That is a catchy song. So that's my review. I would give Only Murders season 4 a 4 out of 5 so far. That extra star for me is just whether it lands plot and story-wise over the next 2 episodes. If you've enjoyed this review, please like the video below and maybe give me a comment to say what you think, and maybe even drop us a subscribe if you're feeling crazy. I'm hoping to pump out these film reviews and TV views and discussion pieces more often as I'm getting to the swing of trying out this world of film journalism. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.